Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome to Small Business Saturday. My name is Heather Woolen, and I'm running for Culver City Council. Today, I'm joined by Monica Razuleu-Munoz of Eagle West Group. She's a financial planner, and we'll be talking to her about her business today. Hi, Monica. How are you?
I'm well, Heather. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. So, tell me a little bit about your business.
So I'm a financial planner. We do wealth management, financial planning, everything related to finances. And the way I do it is very, very organically. I don't have an agenda. We don't have a product to sell. All of the solutions that I offer my clients or that we offer our clients at the firm are based upon that client's specific needs, goals, risk tolerance, and they're reviewed regularly, so because life changes, and so your strategy, your financial strategy, has to be able to adapt in order for you to get from point A to point B. I also work with businesses. One of my specialties is business succession planning, so I help business owners um, just preserve what they've worked so hard to build, and when they have to transition out of the business in the best way possible. I also work with some of the municipalities here in LA, and we offer financial education in the workplace at no cost to the employer. We do the same with businesses as well, so that employees can know everything about their finances, their benefits, retirement benefits, health benefits, and they know how to make the most out of them. So
Wow,
that's
that's
pretty much
really
it
great.
in a nutshell. I
Yeah,
am also, and this is why I'm happy to be on your show today, because I love women in leadership positions. I think that there's not enough of us in such positions. So I was really happy to see you. You're campaigning for to get into one of the spots at Culver City Council. So I appreciate that very much. I'm
thank
very
you.
very supportive of women in leadership. I think that those roles and the accomplishments have to be recognized. I am one of the ambassadors for the Chamber of Commerce for once. And then I am also the co-chair for the Women in Business Council for the Culver City Chamber of Commerce. And the council the Women in Business Council is such a great group of ladies. And what we try to do is to empower, support, and help other women connect, but also recognize those women leaders who are not only good at their leadership roles, but also they go beyond their scope of business to help make our community better. So when we're going to be celebrating the fifth annual Leadership Awards on October 22nd, and I wanted to congratulate the four. We've had four categories so far, and this year, because of the positive impact that nonprofits have within our community, we decided to add the nonprofit leader category. So it's the first year that we're going to be honoring somebody in the non-leadership, and I'm going to tell you who the winners are, if it's okay with you, so that the community
Absolutely, please.
can know and help us and join us celebrate those women leaders. So the founder is Marie Petrelli from Petrelli's Steakhouse. The visionary is Patricia Hunter McGrath from Branches Atelier. The winner in the innovator category is Elizabeth Barutia from Baru Advertising. The trailblazer is Young Kong from Culver City Volvo. And the nonprofit leader first winner is Vicky Daily Red House.
Wow, congratulations to all of the winners. It's so
Yeah.
fantastic. I love that the chamber does this and recognizes women who are outstanding in their fields and are out there doing great things for our community every day. That's really great.
Yes, yes, and so that's why I'm happy uh, to see you campaign for council. I think you're going to be a great addition to it. You are certainly on the right path. Getting in touch with the community, the business, and what's needed, the businesses and what's needed. So, congratulations to you too.
Thank you. This whole thing was born out of I don't own my own small business. And the one thing I've always wondered and why isn't it happening is why isn't the council sitting down and talking to small businesses and seeing what they need and they really dropped the ball, especially during COVID. Our businesses are struggling and there's so many different ways that we could have helped and done this a lot better, and they didn't. So this was my answer to promote businesses that are open, to make sure that they're getting their voices heard, and something that I plan to continue even after the election. I think it's really important for everyone to get their voices out there and to say what they need and get all that out there. So I'm really excited about it, and thank you so much. I mean, I'm really hoping to bring a nice, young, fresh perspective to the council, and I think we need it. I definitely
I
think we
think
need it.
so too, and I'm going to speak for me, and I'm sure that a lot of other businesses that you've talked to feel the same way. But it is very appreciated your effort to, and your willingness and your openness to talk to businesses and just be in touch, because
Absolutely.
at this difficult, we're living in unprecedented times, and it might be that there's not that much that we can do because we might not have the resources, or the circumstances probably don't allow to do more than what's being done. But just to know that somebody out there is looking out for you, cares about you and your business, and is just keeping in mind what your goals are so that they can advocate for you later on, and just make sure that the community's needs are met as much as they can. That's really that's very very much appreciated.
Yeah, I think that we definitely need a council that's not just pro jobs. We need a council that's pro business as well, because without businesses there are no jobs. So it's really backwards, and I'm really hoping to fix it.
And
Um,
there's a lot of businesses in Culver City. Our
yeah,
business population has grown,
yeah,
uh, so we really need that. And I do really believe that uh, the council members' agenda should be the community's goals.
absolutely.
And
Absolutely. The council's job is to work for the residents. They work for you. You don't work for them. So I think that the proactive approach definitely needs to come back. And I just want to say hi to a couple people that are saying hi to us. So hi Rafia, and hi
no,
hi Vicky. Vicky, congratulations. Vicky Daily Redholtz is the winner of your
love
nonprofit
it.
Women in Business. Her work
Looking
with the
forward to
bone work.
celebrate her and then the other honorees on October 22nd.
Yes. I'm very excited. It's very well deserved.
So if the community hasn't bought their tickets, or the spaces are limited, we're going to have a virtual celebration this year, but it's going to be memorable nonetheless. So they can go to the Culver City Chamber website, which is culvercitychamber.com, and just grab your spot, because you don't want to miss the great celebration and a few surprises that we're going to have that day.
Absolutely. Hi, Candance. Thank you for watching today.
No, Candon.
So, Monica, can you tell me, how did you get started with the chamber? What brought you to join them and get so involved?
I saw. I've lived in Culver City since 2008, and I love uh, what a great community this is. And I needed to. I wanted to get to help more of the people in my community, and I've always known the chamber to be a good resource, which has been proven. Not only then, but now more than ever. The chambers, it has been really, really good resource for businesses and also our community. So I joined the chamber about, oh my God, 5 years ago, I want to say. I don't even remember. I've been a part of the chambers for so long. And it's such a great organization. It's such a great group of people. It's such a great resource. And so I just joined and started participating in all the events that they have, so that you can promote your business and get to know more people in the community. My business is not about any product that I might sell. My business is building relationship, long-lasting business relationship. And what better resource to help me do that? What better bridge to help me do that between me and the members of the community than the chamber? And so I've been a loyal member. I was asked to be one of the ambassadors. I'm very proud of that. And I cannot say good things about the chamber enough of good things about the chamber. It's been great.
That's wonderful. Yeah, I've heard from a lot of other businesses A lot of people who have joined actually during the pandemic because they were unable to get information from the city and they called the chamber and the chamber answered right away. So I know they're out there. I know Colin's doing a fantastic job getting information out, making sure everyone knows what's available, what they can do, and to know that there's other people there that'll help. And I think that
Absolutely.
that's so
There's
needed.
so many resources. There's so much information out there. All the information that you might need is the chamber has it. The convo with the mayor on Friday is really, really good. And I've heard so many good things about from the community about that and the openness and the willingness, from Colin and both the Colin and the mayor to just get in touch with the community. Let us know what's going on and give us a lot of information that we might need to keep our businesses thriving.
Yeah. What do you think the city could be doing better? I've been asking everyone, for businesses like yours, I know, COVID is a big impact, especially in the financial world. So if you could tell me a little bit about how COVID has impacted your business there and how you think the city could do a better job in helping your business.
Yes, COVID has really, for me, it had brought me closer to more people. So I've been able to help more people because of COVID. And the reason is that now more than ever, people are more in tune with their finances. And okay, this is my goal. I want to be retired by this age, or this is what I want to do with my businesses, finance wise. So how do I do it? And is this whole financial situation that's going on, is it going to be uh, uh, just an impediment for me to get from point A to point B? So I've been able to help more people that way. Some of it is because of the chamber and being a great resource and connect help me connect with more people in the community. People like yourself, with this small business Saturdays that just put people together so that people can build relationships. I do think that communication is key. What you're doing, just reaching out to businesses, saying there's somebody here, I'm here. What do you need? What is it that I can do for you? The willingness to help and to listen to the community and to help advocate for their needs. I think that's going to be key so that we can all uh, pull through together. And there's so many businesses suffering, and do we need what they do we know what they need to
Yeah.
be able to just keep their businesses afloat?
Yeah, I've heard a lot of that, and to me, and I've shared it with Colin when I was, starting all this, and I said, to me, this is just natural. It's simple. It's easy to do, and like I said, I really think council dropped the ball on simple conversations like this. All it would have taken is a meeting and working with the chamber instead of working against each other or, and any of that. And some of the comments that have gone from council members to Colin and things like that have not been that nice. And especially right now, we really need to focus. My thinking is, if your business fails, the city has failed you. If it's something that had to do with us, helping you, making sure that you have the resources that you need, pushing back to help you, we failed you, and that shouldn't happen. So I
Absolutely.
really would like to see the chamber and the city partner together, work together. And I was talking to JT Moyer last week, and I said
I
something as
know that.
simple as a map of what businesses are open, who's out there. Um,
What
Something
can we do?
simple. What can I do? Where can I shop? What can I get locally?
Absolutely, yes.
I mean, just that is so simple. And we send out these emails about the coronavirus updates. Wouldn't it be great if we included updates about which businesses are open again, which
Absolutely.
businesses are doing takeout, which ones are doing dining in their parking lots? I mean,
I think
so
that's key, because not only as council members, but also the community. How can we help? How can I help? If I'm gonna, maybe I can just, instead of cooking today, maybe I can just go and support a local restaurant. What sports businesses are open? So yes, I think now it's the time to get together and work together. We're all in this. I've been hearing a lot of we're all in this together. Yes, but we are going through it in a different way. So your business is being impacted in a different way than mine is, and in a different way than somebody else's business is. So
Right.
it's time for us to unite forces however we can, so that we can all get out of this together.
Right. And I just want to ask you for your opinion on this. Some of my fellow candidates and some of the council members have been talking about, businesses being grateful that they haven't raised taxes at this time, but that those tax hikes are coming soon. How do you feel about that, being somebody who has a small business here in Culver City?
As a small business, and I'm sure that there's a lot of small businesses struggling, to just make ends meet. Yes, some of the businesses have been closed for over 6 months, and some are struggling to just pay the rent. The salon and the beauty industry, for example. I heard Jody Shays the other day on your show saying that they're paying full rent. So the landlord is not working with them, and there's some businesses that have had to close. Some of the locations are closed at all. So increasing taxes when your business is struggling, I think that's just it's not going to have a positive impact on some of those small businesses who are the businesses that keep our economy going. They're the base of our city's economy. So I do feel like there's so much to be done there, because there's a lot of businesses just struggling to make ends meet.
Yeah, I mean, it's so good to hear from businesses because, like I said, I have my thoughts and my feelings on it, and in my mind, raising taxes on people that are already struggling right now is just completely the wrong way to go. I think that we got more sales tax revenue than we thought we were going to get. I mean, we're getting the money in. Everyone's going through hard financial times, and the last thing I want to do is have our increase in taxes be a make or break point for businesses. I don't think that's smart. I think that we need to give you all time to recover, and hopefully, it'll happen fairly quickly. But we all know this is going to be a process, and it's definitely one that I look forward to working with the businesses on and doing this hand in hand. I think that, like I said, the council really dropped the ball on this. I would have loved to have seen them coming out and talking to you guys like I am. What do you need? How can I help? And bring it up at every council meeting. Hey, this week or the last 2 weeks since we last met, this is what's happened. These are the new rules. These are the businesses that are open now, and keep it updated for people.
So
It's so important.
absolutely, yes. I mean, the more businesses that are still afloat and open, that's going to help our city too. But if you raise taxes on businesses that are already struggling, that's not going to have a positive effect. So yes, we need to just work together, and I get it. It's difficult times, and yes, the recovery is not going to be overnight. But
Right.
again, we need to work united in order to just be able to just recover fully.
We have some comments and some questions. So let's see. Let's start with Rafia's question. How much are the tickets? I think she's talking about your Women in Business Awards.
Yes, $30, Rapia.
$30. All right. And then we have Vicky. The chamber was very helpful to the friends of the Culver City Dog Park when we had our events.
Yes, the chamber is really great. And to all the businesses out there, I know that you might be struggling, but then it's a little investment in yourself and your business, and you're going to be so grateful if you join the chamber, because they're going to give you all the resources that you need in order for you to keep your business growing and succeeding. So
So
if you haven't,
question, but Vicky with the dog park, she's a nonprofit. So does the chamber have a section for nonprofit organizations?
nonprofits are a great they're a great part of the chamber's members. There's a lot of nonprofits benefiting from the great resource the chamber is. So yeah, it's a great it's a big category of businesses in the chamber. Yes.
Awesome. Yeah, that's something that I just actually recently learned is that nonprofits were able to join. So I wanted to make sure and plug that in there and let other people know your nonprofits can join the chamber too.
Absolutely, and there's a lot of events and then there's actually, well, this year with COVID, I it changed everything. But there's an event that the chamber does that's specific to nonprofits and recognizing nonprofits. So
That's good.
you should join. Go to culvercitychamber.com and check out the chamber.
So Maria says
Maria,
congratulations to all the women business leaders who won this year.
she's one of our council members. Thank you, Maria. She's one of our. We always say, it takes a village, and we at the Women in Business Council have a great villa to just help us acknowledge all these women milestones. So very grateful for that.
And then Vicky has said, this has been helpful for me as a resident to know what businesses are available to us.
Absolutely. So there you go. You're doing a great job, and it's very much appreciated.
And then let's see, Rhonda. Hi, Rhonda. I would like to see a council that's more pro small businesses, help to boost them up, and not be pro corporations. Small businesses also struggle with their rents. We lost so many before COVID because of this. We need to help them stay afloat.
Absolutely.
So, Rhonda, I agree in part. I'm not sure that we need to not be pro corporations. I think that we just need to work on meshing the corporations with the small business.
Balance.
If we could do some kind of partnership and help each other out, that really benefits everyone.
Absolutely. It has to be a balance.
Exactly. You know, the big businesses, while they bring some challenges, they also bring a lot of good things to our city. So I'd like to see them help out our small businesses and be community partners. And I think once they're here and everything's, open again, that's definitely something that we can look into and try to
work in some partnerships. That would be great.
Yes.
It's a two-way benefit street.
Yes. Rafia says the council needs to help small businesses and not raise taxes on them. Yes, Rafia, 100%. They can't afford it right now. Vicky said the dog park's been members the whole time. Vicky, like I said, that's so interesting. I had no idea. I've been helping nonprofit youth groups in Culver City for quite a while. So when I saw that the chamber has a nonprofit section, it just, it occurred to me, I was like, why aren't we members? Why don't we do that? So I'm looking into that right now because that would truly be helpful.
Absolutely. And there's so many in our city, and they have a great impact. That's why we at the Women in Business Council decided to just add that category and just honor those women leaders in the nonprofit category. And we're so happy to have done that. That's awesome. Because it does deserve recognition.
Absolutely. I mean, just because it's not profit doesn't mean somebody's not there busting butt to get stuff done. And I know Vicky has worked so hard on the Boneyard, and so many residents love it. And the dog park's wonderful, Vicky.
It's amazing.
The first one is truly, truly deserved. I just want to get that out there. So, and then we have Rafia's comment. I'm an ambassador for the chamber, and I'm happy to help any business out there answer any questions and learn more about services available and benefits to joining the chamber.
Absolutely. You can contact Rafia. You can contact me. We have Camden Simmons from Aldana and Moore. We have Jason Finesse and David. I'm skipping on David's name. I'm his last name. Sorry, David, but stay pros to media. So we have a great team of ambassadors out there, and any of us can help you. And we're supposed to be the liaison between the community and the chamber. So we'd be happy to answer any questions anybody might have. And or bring you as a guest to one of the events so that you can check out the chamber. Come see for yourself what the greatness of the chamber. Just come see for yourself. You're not going to regret it.
Very good. I agree. And if you need it, those of you that are watching, if it's easier to contact me, I'm happy to get you in touch with any of them. So there's many, many ways that you can get in contact with us.
Absolutely.
Monica, you said you moved here in 2008.
Yes.
What made you decide on Culver City?
First of all, I wanted a city where I could feel safe. and we did some research. My husband at the time was living in Culver City, and when I got here, I'm like, okay, let me see if this is, the neighborhood that we need to just stay in. And I did my research, and the crime incidence was low at the time, and I heard so many great things from people in the community. The Culver City Pride, which is rightfully so, because it's a great community, people helping each other out, and it's a very safe community. And especially the area where I live at, I research, okay, how many violence incidents, how many sex offenders around the area. I mean, those are things that you
No,
consider.
it's something a lot of people do. A lot of
Yes,
people do
and
that.
it has been amazing. I can only speak from my experience, and I have never had a negative experience with Culver City, or the police, or feeling non-safe in the community. I've always felt very very safe. I feel safe, going for a walk at night. My experience with the Culver City PD has been amazing. I cannot speak otherwise, because I haven't had a bad experience. So that, and it's such a great city and has been booming. You don't need to leave Culver City. We have great restaurants. We have great stores. We have, more businesses that are moving into Culver City, and that's it. That's a sign of how great this community is. So you have everything you need in Culver City. Doesn't have,
Yeah.
it doesn't have anything to envy any other city um, in the world, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, growing up here, I've never felt unsafe. My parents would let us ride bikes all around, and it was very much so. Growing up here, when the street lights went on, you went home,
Yeah.
and you knew at least three people in every section of Culver City where if you needed anything, you could stop and go. And it's truly something that makes us so unique, especially being within Los Angeles County. There's no other city like that.
And
Um,
there's a lot of history too, right? The city has a lot of history, and
yeah,
it's just amazing. It has such magic to me, and I wouldn't live in any other place. I wouldn't live Culver
yeah.
City.
I love it here.
It's
I think
amazing.
that we're very, very unique. Um, I don't want to see us lose any of our character or our charm.
No,
We're going through growing pains. We really are growing, and growth is good, but we have to do it responsibly, and we need to get community input and involvement and make this a more collaborative process.
I
So
agree.
that is my feeling, and I've got JT Moye saying
Oh,
hello.
he's
Hi,
he's a
JT.
member of the chamber as well.
Yes, so we talked to JT last week. It's saying thank you so much for joining us again. Um, And then we've got Rafia here saying, join our chamber breakfast once a month. We do it virtually right now. So I guess that means you have to bring your own breakfast, right, Rafia?
We do bring our own breakfast, but it's really nice. It's a very very nice way to meet other businesses in the city and network and connect. And I want to say something about the chamber events. You won't meet the same crowd at any of the events. So if you attend different events, you're likely to meet different people every single time, which
Wow,
makes your network opportunities bigger. You're able to connect with more businesses and different businesses at each of the events.
that's great. That's really great. Um, I have never been to a chamber breakfast, but it's
Oh,
one of those things I would love to go to, especially since you guys are doing it virtually. Uh,
yeah. I'll let you know
where
when
are
the
you
next
chamber
one is.
breakfast? Okay, there you
Yeah,
go.
and then you can join us.
Thank you. Um, so you're a financial planner. Why don't you talk to us a little bit about people's finances and what you can do to help them? And at this time, especially, I know the stock market's had a hard time with COVID and everything else. So
Perfect. Yeah. So I'm gonna give you in a nutshell what I can do, then I'm gonna explain. So my job is to help you make friends with money. Because if you're not friends with money, money will go find another friend. Basically, my job is to get you from point A to point B. So whatever your goals are, my job is to help you achieve them. So I can help you design the proper trading strategy for your investment accounts. They have to be aligned with your risk tolerance and your goals, what you want to do. I can help you with any retirement benefits. I can help businesses with the business succession planning, which I'm so big on, because I don't want any business owners suffering while they have to exit their businesses. And there's a few instances in which a business owner has to exit the business, either because you get divorced and you have to sell the business, you retire, or you die. And you want the transition to go as smooth as you can. If you don't have a business succession plan in place, guess what? Everything you worked so hard for your entire life might not end up in the hands you wanted to end up, or the way you wanted to continue. You know, we as business owners work on our businesses, and we expect our businesses to be alive for a long time. You know, passed from generation to generation, but that might not be the case if you have business partners and one of your business partners dies and you don't have a way. You will be in business with that partner's family. You might not like that because your objectives might not be aligned. I can also help employees with their retirement plans. Make sure that their retirement plans are allocated the same. They need to be invested. A lot of people are are bearing more risk than they need to in their retirement accounts without even realizing it. And now with COVID, people just realize, oh, it is important for me to just have the proper strategy in place. Because what happens is that we know finances is a very important part of life, but we'll usually push it aside and push it aside. And it's because, you know, we don't want to deal with it, it scares us, or we don't have enough information. So while working with clients, I do a lot of education, because information is power. If you know what you want to, where you stand, and you know where you want to get, and you know what's needed for you to get from point A to point B, there's no reason for you to fear the volatility in the market. If you have if you have a proper trading strategy in place. Um, and so, yes, the stock market suffered a little bit, but it also has been able to recover most of that fluctuation. So that kind of made people be more in tune with their financial goals. And that's how I have been able to work and help with more people since COVID.
Wow, that's really great. Rafi is asking a question. How does one make money their best friend?
Be in touch with your finances. The simplest way is have a budget. A lot of people, we live in autopilot, and some people don't even know what their budget is. You know, how much money are you making? Are you spending more money than what you're bringing home? So have a budget, stick to it. I'm not saying give up the little luxuries that we love so much, but once you sit down and do your budget, you realize that you might be spending more money that you thought, and things that you would be surprised. You know, wow, I'm spending this much money on Amazon. Maybe it's so convenient. Then, you know, start saving. I always tell people, ask me, okay, what's the best way to just for young people, or for people in general, to just start being in line with their finances, or what they want to do. Start saving. But a lot of people say, yes, but I can only save $10 a month. It doesn't matter. The earliest you start saving, the better. Compound interest is a great thing. So save as much as you can. If you have investment accounts, make sure that that you're not bearing more risk than you should have, because then what happens is, yes, you're going to be happy when the market's going up. When the market's going down, that could be financially devastating for people, especially if you're retired and taking distributions from your account. So just make sure that you have the right investment strategy in place. That's in a
And that kind of
nutshell.
ties into a question from Jeff. It's a two-part comment. So, is it safer to keep money in savings or invest right now?
Invest right now. Cash is only good if you're willing to use it. Moving your money from being invested to just going to cash, for example, when COVID hit and the stock market was going down, so not that many of my clients call me and say, "Oh, you know, move me to cash." Move your money to cash is a very dangerous thing. It's a very dangerous bet. You're betting that things are going to be worse than they might be. If you have the appropriate trading strategy in place, you're accounted for some of the fluctuation, and then you know that everything that goes down can come back up. That's why it is very important that your investment accounts are in line with your risk tolerance. So, and then when the market's down, you're buying cheap.
Right.
So you might be able to buy some of those stocks that you like so much at a cheaper price, and then when the market recovers, because statistically it will recover, and if you have to sell that investment, you will make up some of the money. So just stay invested. Have some money in cash so that it's your emergency fund. Always have an emergency fund, but don't have don't be afraid to invest. If you have the appropriate strategy, there's no reason to
So
be
what would
afraid.
you suggest for younger people like myself who are working and starting to think about, retirement funds and just starting to invest, especially while the market is down? I know for me personally, I started a Robinhood account and bought a couple stocks and just let it sit. But I think now a lot of us, while the market is down, are starting to think about that. What is your suggestion for people?
Save as much as you can, as I said before. If you have a retirement plan through work, try to max it out, contribute to it. A lot of young people don't realize what a great asset it is to have a retirement plan. There are companies out there that have a match. So for whatever money you put in, they have a match. Some of them are so generous to have as much as 6% matching, which is rare, but some companies out there do it. So contribute to your retirement plan, even if you're not getting a match, because that's money that you're going to be using in the future. You can really easily adjust your life and your budget right now to just live within the money that you get after contributing to your retirement plan. So try to max it out as much as you can. Have some savings. It doesn't mean that you only have to have one investment account. You can have an individual account, and then you should have a strategy that you can have different strategies within the accounts that are different from one another, but they complement each other. That's what we do. We do the multi-layered approach. So we have a lot of layers of protection in your portfolio, and I design that based upon your risk tolerance. If you're married, you probably want to secure what you've accumulated so far. So start thinking about life insurance. They're great as a protection. Look for a way to protect your investments or your assets. There are a lot of ways to do it. There are a lot of great products out there. You can call me and we can look it up. I'm able to find the best life insurance for you if you wanted that. Save as much as you can, live within your means, and just be constant. You have to have save, pay yourself every month. Get 10% of what you get paid, and just put it into an investment account, in a mutual fund, um, whatever you want. It's best if you have experience doing it. That's great. If you're just trying to guess, it might be more difficult because you will have to time the market, and it's even for us that we get a lot of information. It's really hard to do, but and read as much as you can. Invest in your education. Just get literate in your finances.
Yeah.
That's have a budget.
I had to laugh because as my brothers and I were growing up, and when we started getting our jobs, and real grown-up jobs, if you will, that were offering 401ks, my dad used to tell us always, whenever you start a job, put 10% away, and you'll never miss it. You'll never know it's gone. You'll never know it existed, and you'll budget yourself that way. So it's fun to hear it from somebody else too.
Absolutely. Max out your 401k or your retirement plan at work if you can, and then pay yourself 10% every month. Pay yourself first. Do that. Most of us fail to do that, but just 10%. As you said, you will adjust to just live without it, but you'll be grateful you did it later in life, because that's the money that you're going to be living off of. And Social Security is supplemental, so don't count on it. Then have an estate planning in place, have beneficiaries listed in all of your accounts. I cannot stress that enough. I had a client who passed away in Honduras. He was a doctor, and he didn't have any, despite us telling him to assign beneficiaries on the accounts, he didn't have any. He had been married for the second time, and I cannot tell you how difficult that was between the first spouse and the kids from the first marriage and the second spouse. So
Right.
yes.
Yeah. It's always a good idea. Always a good idea. All right. Rafia has a question. Heather, when elected to council, what would you do to join the business community with residential community and city council?
It's a great question.
One of the plans that I have is I'd love to see us do like once a month a community roundup, if you will. So let's say month one, we're going to go have a roundup with Fox Hills. And we're going to invite some of the businesses from Fox Hills, the residents from Fox Hills, and let's all get together and let's discuss what's going on here, what you need from us, how the city can help you. And I mean, I really just want to take it back to basics that way and get more proactive. You know, if we're expecting people to come to us when they have problems, I don't think that's realistic. Some of them don't know how, some of them are too shy. If you make it something really informal and something where you're saying, come to me with your problems, let's talk, you know, let's bring it to the table. That's so much more powerful than saying, you know, come tell me an item's not on the agenda at the council meeting. I think that's really unrealistic. And I think it just goes to, you know, the council being in touch with residents and the council working for the people. I think it's a really powerful way to get out there into the community and just, you know, hey, we're here, what do you need? So I would really love to see that happen.
That's great.
Thank you for that question, Rafia. So anyway, Monica, I want to thank you so much for coming on today.
No problem.
Those of you who are joining in a little bit late or haven't seen it, please feel free to watch the live again afterwards when we're done. And any questions you have, leave them in the comments. I know Monica is on my page and she'll read them. I will read them and respond. And on the ticker at the bottom, you'll see all of Monica's information go by. So you've got her email address and her website. And Monica, is there another way that you'd like people to get a hold of you?
Yes, they can look me up on Facebook, or you know, they can message me through there, and then my cell phone's 310-946-6062 if you guys wanted to get in touch with me.
Very good, and we'll make sure to post that when we post this live video.
Yes, I thank you for everything you're doing. Thank you for reaching out and just be in touch with the community, and not only the business community, but the community in general. That's very much appreciated. It's really nice to hear a friendly voice saying, "Hey, here I am. You know, is there anything I can do to help?" That just makes you feel really, really good. So I do appreciate what you're doing. I do appreciate your campaign, you know, and your time to just help the community be a better community, enhance what has been done and enhance the community. I appreciate that very, very much, and I'm so happy to see a woman trying to just make things better and in a leadership position. So thank you so much for what you do and for your time. I know that it's a very difficult time right now to get into politics with everything going on. And so I do appreciate your time and, you know, your family's time, because all the time that you're spending working for the community is time that you're not spending with your family, and that's a great sacrifice in order to just make our community a better one.
Well, thank you so much, Monica. You know, like I said in the beginning, this is really just, to me, it made sense. It's very logical, and something that I think everyone could be doing, and I don't know why they don't. But I am more than happy to do it. I think this is just basics, and I'm really looking forward to continuing it and hopefully being your council member and continuing it there. This is what I want to see come back, is that small town feel. You know, we pride ourselves so much on our little city. Let's all work together to make it better, and that's my plan. So thank you so
Absolutely.
much. Thank you for joining us today. And
Thank you
everyone, I
for
will
calling.
post Monica's information in the description of the video after this uploads onto the
Feel
Facebook.
free to reach out. If you need help, we're here to help. So just whatever we can do to just ease out your financial concerns or any other concerns you might have, just let us know.
Yes. All right, everyone. Have a wonderful Saturday. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay cool. It's a warm weekend.
It is. Thank you so much. Have a good weekend, and I'm here if you need me to help with anything else, Heather.
Perfect. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a good weekend.